y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm back for another favorites video. I did one in January and y'all really seemed to like the video component of the blog post that I posted, as well as just seeing it on YouTube. So I thought I'd come back today and do that as well, although I feel like I don't have that many favorite items from this month, and the ones that I do have are kind of boring, so I apologize in advance, but hopefully you'll get some good recommendations. Get something to recommend me that I may like based on what I've chosen. So the first thing I have is a book, and I actually have two books that I loved this month. So the first is 52 Cups of Coffee. It says inspiring and insightful stories for navigating life's uncertainties, and it's by Megan Gebhardt. It's really interesting. My dad actually usually chooses some books for my brother and I for Christmas. We had some surprise gifts as well, and he does a really great job of picking out books. He chose Year of Yes, which I think I included in last month's. Honestly, I can't remember at this point, but this is another one that I read that he had picked out, and it is by a girl who was in college at the time, and she graduated at the end of this book, but each week she challenged herself to get coffee with someone different, and so each coffee date, so to speak, has kind of a lesson behind it, and is really inspirational. So especially for students that may be in college and are uncertain with what they may be doing next, or even if they're post-grads like me and are still trying to figure things out, this is a great book for them. So I would highly recommend it. It's nice because each chapter is a different story, so you can put it down really easily. So I read this at night, and it made it so easy to pick back up each night, and I didn't feel like, oh, I was half asleep when I read that chapter, I have to go back and read it, and I'm stuck at the same thing over and over. So this is a great book. And then the second one I don't actually have to like hold up and move around and talk with my hands, but that is Behind Closed Doors. And if you've read any of my blog posts or seen my book favorites, I love psychological thrillers, so that one is definitely more if you like that genre. It was definitely the most twisted one of those I've ever read. I don't even know how to put into words how strange it was, but it was so good. I read it on the plane when I was heading home for a long weekend over President's Day, and I read probably 130 pages just in one sitting and was so eager to get home and read the rest. It sounds like something that wouldn't happen, but then the author convinces you it would happen, and I'm trying not to give anything away, but it is so good. So if you like that, or you're looking for a good like spring break or beach read and you like that genre, definitely check it out, because I was sitting there just in shock most of the time. So if you have any other recommendations of books like that, let me know. I really want to read The Last Mrs. Parrish. I think I'll read that over my spring break. So that one is on my list, but other books of that genre are really interesting to me and I really love them. So definitely let me know below if you have another suggestion for a book like that. So my next favorite is actually a lotion, and I feel like my skin gets super dry in the winter, and I feel like a lot of other people definitely have that problem as well. But I have been using Beautycounter's Counter Match lotion, and it's an adaptive lotion, so it kind of fits to what your skin needs, which is really cool. And then when they released this recovery sleeping cream from the same Counter Match line, I knew I had to try it, and it is so great. So it has a cool lid. I couldn't figure it out for the first time, and I actually unscrewed the whole thing, which I don't think you're supposed to be able to do. And you pump it, like if you push down, it comes out right in the middle, and the cream is really thick, but a little goes a long way with it. And I put it on right before bed, and it feels so nice, and I wake up and my skin is still soft and it doesn't feel like it has a bunch of dry patches. So I use this at night and then the other lotion in the morning, and I've loved the combination, but this alone is just amazing. So I know March is coming and hopefully warmer weather and less dry skin, but if you're looking for something to combat that issue, this is it. This is such a lame favorite, and I look like I am just really mismatched with this. But my next favorite are slip-on shoes. So these are the pairs I have. I actually have two other pairs in my closet that are a little bit different. I have a leopard pair and then a like quilted, not soft gray pair. But I wear these all the time. So I traveled home and I flew, and so I knew I was gonna have to take my shoes off in the airport, wore socks with them, got so many comments on how versatile these shoes were. And I wear them to school all the time, and my dad loves this pair, so I feel like they're a win-win. They're super easy to put on. There are a lot of affordable pairs right now, but I would highly recommend this pair because they are made by Dr. Scholl's, so they're super squishy and they feel great, and they're really comfortable when you're standing all day teaching. So I will link both of these below because I wear them non-stop, even just to run errands on the weekend, because I feel like they're casual, but they're also really cute. So this is a really boring favorite, but I love school supplies. I feel like as a teacher, you just had to be one of those kids that loved school supplies when you were younger. So I have been a big fan of the Sharpie highlighters. I don't actually use the orange that much. I usually use the yellow ones, but I had to work on a big research project and read 15 research articles, and so I was highlighting the whole time, and I forgot my highlighter when I was reading them at home, and I was like, "Ugh, I really miss these." So I love how strong the highlight is without making it so you can't see, but also they have this little clear thing so you can see what you're highlighting, which I thought was really cool, but it's also probably showing you how much of a dork I am. Next are these boxer shorts, which if you know me at all, you know I love matching pajama sets, and this is not a matching pajama set, but I still love them, and they are in collaboration with Toss Designs and Evelyn Henson. And I've talked about Evelyn Henson in the past and how much I love her art. That ice cream cone behind me is hers, and she did this collaboration with a bunch of different peaches, and I got a pair that is a matching pajama set around Christmas, and they're so comfortable. So when I saw her release kind of individual pieces, I decided to pick these up, and they're llamas with champagne, and they're really comfy, and I think that they'll be perfect for spring and summer as well. Adding to the dorkiness of this favorites video, my next favorite is LinkedIn. I never felt like I needed a LinkedIn, I guess, as a teacher, because that's not something that profession really not values but looks for. And so I recently over Christmas break made a LinkedIn just so that I would have one and have a documentation of all the different things I've done in case I want to get out of the teaching profession. And I've really been loving it as a form of social media, which sounds so silly. But at night, instead of going on Instagram sometimes, and y'all have probably noticed that I haven't been posting as many Instagram pictures, and I'm going to blame LinkedIn for that, because I'll go on there and try to connect with a bunch of people or look through and see who I know so I can connect with them. So I've really been loving LinkedIn. If you have any tips for building a really strong LinkedIn, let me know, because I'm still really new at it. But it's been really fun to look through and see what everyone's doing post-grad. Even people from high school, they may think I'm crazy for connecting with them when it's, I guess, years past, but I've really loved LinkedIn. Okay, so I have two more favorites. This one is, I guess, a beauty favorite, so I didn't do a very good job of grouping things, but it's jojoba oil. I think I said that correctly. I love Beautycounter's face oils, but they can be kind of expensive, and I found myself having to mix two to get what my skin really needed. And someone was talking about this oil and how great it was, and so I decided to give it a try, because it was $13 on Amazon, and it is a giant bottle. So I've only used about this much, and I've had it since January, but it's really hydrating. I've already talked about how I have dry skin, so that's really helpful, and it also just makes your skin feel really good. So I put this on before I put on lotion after I've gotten out of the shower, and I don't know if it's done a ton for my skin, but I like to think it has, and it wasn't too expensive. But you can also use it on your hair, you can use it to remove makeup, let's see, use it on your skin. So it has a bunch of uses, so it's a good all-in-one product, and I think that it's supposed to be good for anti-aging, or at least that's a person whose Instagram story I was watching, that's what they said. But regardless, I really like it. It smells good, and it makes my skin feel good. And lastly, I have a nail polish favorite. I've been gravitating towards pastels in just about every realm in my life lately, and usually I have my pale pink go-to as Essie's Fiji. But recently I've been using Essie's Minimalistic. It's this kind of, I don't know how to differentiate between the two, but this one's a little bit lighter and it's not as bright. So it's kind of a dustier pink, but it's really pretty on the nails. It's perfect for winter, and I feel like it makes it feel like Fiji is more fun for summer. Even though if you own Fiji, you'll probably look at this bottle and be like, Dorothy, no difference. But I think that when it's on my nails, I can notice a difference, and it makes it so that I have two fun pink shades instead of going through the same one over and over again. So I feel like I always will go from pink and then mix it up to a different color and then come back to a pale pink, and this has been the pale pink that I've been gravitating towards. So that really wasn't that long. I hope y'all still enjoyed it. Let me know what your favorites are below, and if you want to see this information all typed out and the links in that way, as well as underneath, I have this in a blog post and a YouTube video. So if you're on the blog, you've already seen the post and now you're on the video. So thanks for reading and watching both of those things. But if you're on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and like this video and let me know what other videos you'd like to see. I'm trying to get back into this routine since y'all do enjoy this a lot, and I'm hoping that in the summer I have more time to do this. So let me know below and I'll talk to y'all again soon. Bye.